Hey everybody, welcome back to the next hour here of Torchbearer, the Sunless Citadel. So, let's go ahead. So we left off with our group fleeing town from their debt collectors and crossing paths with a dying dwarf. Okay? So you guys are back out. You guys went down like the main road, like that abandoned kind of road, not expecting to see anybody, but next to like a rock and whatever sliver of shade is left in this midday sun, you see an old dwarf with like a old raggedy traveler's clothes. His sandals are all mottled and broken, and he beckons you guys close to hear a tale because he knows he's gonna die.
Well, Deckard kneels down. That is the one thing that is near sacred in tradition. A man's last words, he has a right for them to be spoken, no matter what they are. Kneels down and leans close and just goes, tell me, man.
Arundel says, "Wait, who are you?" And he draws his bow.
He doesn't even. He can't resist you. Like he does. He barely moves. Right. He like barely lifts his hand. His face is all like sunburnt and stuff. Like he's been traveling for a while. And yeah. So he says one word from his parched mouth. He says, "Kundrakar." And to you, this does not require a roll for Deckard. Maybe anyone else it would, but you know that is sort of like not Atlantis, but that is like an old dwarven myth. And he's like, "I know where it is."
Oh, God. What kind of... I mean, are we talking like the myth of, like, everyone's trying to... Not everyone's trying to find
No,
it. Like,
it's not everyone's trying to find it at all. But basically, I don't know. I'll kind of role play it a little bit and be like,
okay.
Yeah. Dergedgen the Black's secret stronghold. After the wars, the hordes of orcs and trolls driven him from his mountain homes. He built Kundrakar. This knowledge of swords is there with him before it was lost to time, but I found it. And he tries to like go for something in his coat. You see the hints of like edges of a piece of a scroll.
I help him out, sort of like, lift the coat, help him.
Yeah,
help him
and he gives you. He's like his hands are like kind of shaking as he hands you this paper. What?
I think during this interaction, I think Grice is standing close and listening. Like death is death is a big deal, even for like all cultures. I think most cultures, and certainly Grice would feel that this life is important and there's significance here. Do I detect any sign that he is of the faith?
Not at all.
Not at all.
No.
Cool. Carry on.
He looks like a sad dwarven peasant who's been traveling on the road for way too long.
Yeah.
And he's definitely dying.
Yeah, he's dying.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, take this. It's no use to me now. As he's like, having his last couple moments. Do you unfurl the scroll?
I think Malleus walks up and says, "Becca, do you mind? Can I have a word with this man?"
have respect. It's his last moments. And I think Deckard just sort of, puts away the scroll, doesn't look at it, but he's like, this is dwarven business. This
is literally like, it looks like the map from The Hobbit. You know what I mean? Like moon rune looking map.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I understand.
Like it's all in dwarven.
I understand death is a big thing for you dwarves. I'm offering this man something meaningful. His death could mean something. And he's holding a sickle. I'm holding a sickle.
What's your intention here?
My intention is to sacrifice this man to the old gods.
Does that require the victim to be willing? A willing sacrifice or unwilling?
A simple but barbaric blood ritual. The druid must give up something of value to the old gods: fresh rations, meat, or blood. They prefer blood.
So you want to sacrifice this guy who's dying?
That's why I want to ask him something first.
All right, what are you asking him?
I want to look him in the eye, and I'm just going to ask him, look, we both know you are going to die, and I cannot help you, and nor can my companion over here, who is an excellent healer. No, not this good. Your death, however, could mean something. It could mean something to the world. Your sacrifice would help rid this world of something terrible, some terrible evil. Would you be willing?
That's a roll.
And I think during, like, can I hear you? Or are you like?
Are you whispering that in his
no,
ear?
I think I'm not at all ashamed of what I'm asking.
Sure. I think we just, like, if we close up on Grice's face, his permanent scowl is even, like, more emphasized. He's really not. This is not cool. Like, one thing to not have a burial in the traditions of the World Tree. Another thing, like, to not do it in the old dwarven ways. But this
sacrifice, this
pagan nonsense. That's something else.
No, you're gonna have to persuade. I'm gonna need you to do persuade.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
See, I always forget though in persuade in Torchbearer, it's different where you're not going against his will. It's actually a versus test.
Persuader versus persuader. Right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
And you are persuading him too.
Is it manipulator?
Well,
I
depends
don't
on
know.
what you want to do.
What are you doing?
Well, I mean, I know for sure that his death really won't matter to the world at all. It just matters to me.
You're lying to
Right?
me.
It's
And you're manipulating him.
But are you
I am
persuading him or are you manipulating him?
It sounds like you're manipulating him.
I'm literally asking him. If he says no, then it's no.
Okay, so you're not actively trying to persuade him. You're literally just asking, like, "Hey, do you want to be sacrificed?"
Yeah, I'm using lies to get what I want.
Okay. Then that will have to be. I mean, is it manipulator versus manipulator at that point?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he might just be honestly trying to make a case.
Or against, I don't know.
You can.
I don't know. It depends. as well
No,
which
you're
way
gonna be
you
using.
argue.
Okay, it's gonna be versus his will.
To intimidate, diffuse, bluff, or trick someone, test manipulator versus targets manipulator, persuader, or will using beginners. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this will be his will.
Right. Is anyone helping me?
I'm actually working against you at all odds.
Sorry. So you're saying that? So you said
I'm saying that his death could have meaning, and that I need his life.
And says that there's no. He's like very cynical and says there's no meaning left in my for this old dwarf. And
I think Deckard adds on to that and basically, helps him and says, "Look, death is the meaning of life. Don't try and take away his death. He's earned that death."
I think Arundel will try and help Mal by saying, I know that your time is short here, and I mean, dwarves are longer lived than most humans. But when the time comes to leave this life, what better way to leave it than by leaving something behind and by making a difference? So I'm going to help with Persuader.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, I'm ready to roll.
I'm also spending a point of persona to tap into my nature, so I'm taxing that nature by 1.
Spending persona just like you really want to convince this guy to die.
Yeah,
for you.
It's a little mechanical question. Can I, as a PC, actually help him as an NPC?
Yes,
Okay.
you are. Yeah.
All right. So it's ob 0 in this case, right?
Yep, it's a versus test. I'm ready when you are. Let's
Okay,
do it.
I'm ready.
Ready. Scroll. Oh my god! All right, he sighs and he's like, "Fine." And he's like, "Do it, lad.
All right. I think
Do what you must."
I think Malleus just without ceremony just instantly just opens up the dwarf's throat with a sickle, and then he starts doing some sort of ritual, a prayer.
Yeah, I think maybe we see Decker try to protest or whatever, and he like calms him down. Right? He's like, and all right, fine, you kill him and you do some ritual.
Are you like removing his
All
clothing?
right, now you have to
No, I'm doing a ritualist check.
Rice turns his back and walks away. He makes the sign of the tree, turns his back and walks the fuck away.
Yeah,
so
totally. Well, obviously this
enough-
is going to be a the ritualist test is what? It's a
It's
for
a
sacrificing is
sacrifice.
2.
That's a new one. Sacrifice.
Sacrifice
It's,
obstacle is 2.
Yeah, and I get the living victim as supplies, which is really
Yeah.
weird.
Which gets used up in the yeah.
And I think as Grice makes the symbol of the world tree to protect himself against this sort of weird stuff, I use the victim's blood to draw the world tree on the floor.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's let's see,
Oh,
one
pleasure.
for the applies. Op 2, right? So that gives me 5 dice.
Yeah, so this is a ritual test op 2.
There we go.
Wait. Can we help?
Oh,
Oh,
Not
already
anymore.
did it.
you passed.
Too late. Not anymore though. But yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Great. You earn your sacrifice. So I think as a druid. By the way, so yeah, Malleus is playing a different class. It's not in the regular book. It's an extra class by Jared Sorensen. It's the human druid. You can find it in Jared Sorensen's book Wanderers, Outcasts, and Exiles. And yeah, so basically this will improve your role for an upcoming nature shrine should you ever find one.
Yeah. I'm not banking on it, but I just wanted to.
We've
Kill
come
this-
across some shrines in the Citadel. Some types of shrines.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Those aren't natural shrines though.
Natural's natural.
To
No,
find a shrine is an Ob 3 lore master test.
Oh, I can do that.
Just letting you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
All right.
okay.
So so it's an intricate thing where I sort of have this robe and have bare chest, and I draw this man's blood on the floor in the sign of the world tree, and there's some weird, like really old language that no one understands.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden it's done, and I wipe my hands on my robes, and it's like, right, okay, we should be good.
And does anything happen, or it's just like
No.
there's a sense that it's finished?
Yeah, and I think I maybe Malleus might feel that something's happened. Like it's good, it's okay, but none of you have any link to the old gods whatsoever. So I don't imagine that there'd be any sensation of some sort.
Probably not. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
So-
your grind clock's at 2.
Did he have anything else? While Malleus was like stripping him stuff, did anything else?
You're gonna literally loot the dude. That's a good question.
Sacrifice and loot him.
Are any of you fresh, by the way? None of you are fresh,
Yeah.
right? Oh, you're
Oh
fresh.
wait, I missed a couple. Yeah, I missed 2
Yeah.
extra dice on my rolls, but that's okay.
Yeah, you're fresh, and I don't think anyone else is.
That's traditional.
Yeah.
You have to forget about it until it no longer applies. That's the fresh
Yeah.
rule.
And I think I've also proven now that it wasn't just Gilly who rolls really, really well. It's just
Holy
me.
shit.
I rule at role-playing games.
Oh no, that makes sense though. No. Well, yeah. Okay.
Oh, I think an owlbear appears or something.
No. This makes perfect sense. I just rolled. The knowledge that he had on him was that map. That was the valuable thing. I literally just rolled that, and then let me roll a d6. Hold on. Lore about a monster that provides an advantage against it. Oh. Okay. Wow. Okay. Um.
Oh, that reminds me.
Wow,
Dwarven
that's pretty rad. Was not expecting that. 1 second. Do.
Does anyone remember what the exact name of the place was again?
Which place?
The Sunless
the-
Citadel.
Kundrakar?
No.
Kundrakar.
Kundrakar.
I read it down.
Where are they in the book? Oh, there they are. Okay. Well, yeah. The weakness of orcs is that they can't fight in direct sunlight. They take a -1 die to all conflicts in sunlight.
What? How do we know this? What?
Oh,
This is
it's written. It's written in the margins of the map. That's the knowledge. That's the extra thing you find.
Interesting.
With that roll, you found. I made a quick little loot table, and I got information, and of that information, you got knowledge about monsters about Kundrakar,
Interesting.
also known as the Glitterheim.
Very interesting.
Yep. It's the scroll that you're looking at obviously is a map.
Mhm.
It's a map showing some place in the distance. Not that far away. Maybe it's like a 2-week journey, but it's
Now, Before we get all like Return of the
Side
Ring
questing.
yeah.
situation again, like Descartes, you're taking the map. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been given the map, and sort of as soon as he recognizes this is dwarven business, he sort of sticks it, hides it away. Like I'll look at this one later.
So
Exactly, and I think particularly after what he just saw, he is keeping that map close.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, you guys want to make it back over to the? Are you gonna map your map? Cartomancy your way over there.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, we'll return like the 2-day journey or whatever. Like I don't know how far along the road we were, but we continue to the place where the
The cliff.
ends into the ravine. Grice stops for a moment. We consult the map, and where do we want to pick up?
I think
Right back where we left.
Well, the only place we hadn't really explored throughout the entire thing was down near the compost heap. There were 2 doors. We went through one to where we were, and there wasn't technically a door at the other end. That's the only place we hadn't explored. Otherwise, back to where we were, I'd say.
Yeah, we can go back to the dragon because that's where we mapped it to. Well, X-Dragon.
Yeah, at least. I don't know, like I dropped a shield some time ago and I haven't bothered to pick it up. I'm half tempted to look for it. What do you think? Like out of character, like
We'll come across it. We should come across it because you dropped it in the room with
like in the trap room, I think, or like.
But the trap room's not close to where you wrote down, right?
No.
It's en route though.
Yeah, but still, but it's en route. But we can't really do something.
But it doesn't work that way.
No.
Yeah.
We
You
can't pick
could
up
get
something
close to
online.
it, and then you would basically have to go scout your way to go find your shield, right?
Well, I can go to the trap room and see if my shield's there.
Do you have the trap room marked on your map?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Is there anything about going to a room on your map if things have changed in any way?
I don't know. I mean, we would have passed through this area before. So if stuff has changed, unless it's changed since we were last here, I don't know. You can interrupt this process if something means that we're no longer on the map. Like if the map has changed significantly.
The map hasn't changed that significantly. It's just that the kobold patrols are like, since there's less of a goblin presence, the kobolds are more like moving around and stuff like that.
Mm.
So
the way I look at it,
that's a risk.
The map will help you overcome stuff, but if there's something that would block your progress, it won't. Like
okay. Then you can make it to the trap room, but any further along, you hear the sounds of kobold patrols to get downstairs back, to the grove level of this area. Okay.
guess like that's as far as we get. Like, if you're telling us that's where kobolds are, that's where they are. So.
Yep.
I think I'm looking for a shield might be beneficial because we need defense.
I think
You guys make
Arendelle
it-
might be.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
You guys make it back here, and this place is basically picked over. Anything of value and stuff has been moved off. There's just some bodies in the pit.
Even kobolds.
Yep. Kobolds took it all.
Yeah.
I'm sure I dropped it here, but nothing here.
The body of Meepo is still prominently at the bottom of that pit.
Oh God, I forgot about Meepo.
Yep.
Don't even remember that.
Arendelle, you actually don't have a memory of getting hit in the head in this pit.
What happened here? What? What?
Yeah. So what do you guys want to do? You're in this room.
Let's. I don't know. Okay, is it, guy? Should I scout for patrols? Should we just leave?
You want to try to make it? You trying to make it down to the compost room?
Yeah, without. I think that's right. I think we're trying to return, like, fictionally, stealthily progress along the way we know, like the route we know, avoiding.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think Arendelle will scout ahead to try and avoid, well, any patrols or anything that we might come across.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you want to scout to improve your circumstances here. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a light source of any kind?
I'm not sure if I should say yes or no.
Yeah. Always.
I'm gonna say no. I'm not gonna scout in with the torch. So no.
Okay. And you want to find evidence of patrols that could cross your path while you're making it to the place?
We want to get to the place we want to go to. This isn't looking for anyone. We're trying to get there.
We're just trying to get there without being seen.
So Arendelle, you're basically gonna roll and try to bring the group there, because that actually sounds more like dungeoneering. Traversing underground is usually dungeoneering. Dungeoneering is like the Pathfinder underground.
Hazard.
Yeah, but we know the path. We want to avoid. I want to like look for stuff for people.
Scout is not used to find trails or navigate dungeon features. These obstacles are overcome using Pathfinder and dungeoneering tests respectively. So I guess I have an idea in my head and it's not what you guys are saying. So hold on, let me just erase what's in my head right now and you tell me what you guys are trying to do.
So go from point A to point B without getting detected. That's what we want to do.
To be surreptitious. Unnoticed.
So we want this stealth. We want to meld into shadows.
Well, that's actually dungeoneering.
That's fine. I'm pretty strong in dungeoneering.
Doing it stealthily is a good idea, but if you're trying to get from point A to point B, that's dungeoneering.
But no. Here, scout. Sneaking behind enemy lines. Adept at spotting and tracking monsters on the prowl. Trailing targets and finding hidden things.
If I don't know of a more behind enemy lines situation than this.
Also,
But the next paragraph literally says Scout is not used to find trails or navigate dungeon features.
But we're not finding any trails.
Because we know this already.
But you are. No, you don't though. You don't because of the patrols now. This is like, you can't guarantee the way that you want to. Like, you're going to have to take other ways around to avoid the patrols, right? That's why I don't think you can say it's a straight shot, and that's why it's not necessarily stealthy. It's more of you trying to go along and finding a new path that keeps you undetected, which actually falls under dungeoneering.
Is that the?
I would allow you to use Scout to assist yourself in this role. Does that make sense?
Well, if that's the ruling we're going with, I don't agree, but I will accept it.
Yeah.
I don't agree at all. It makes we've used this because we've used Scout for this thing before.
Yeah.
For this exact same thing. And I don't understand why it's not scouting.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
this is what a scout would do.
There is no no
I think
other
the
way.
crucial difference would be that dungeoneering
Well,
is how do I find
your
my way
intent-
through this labyrinth, and
No.
scouting would be how do I avoid.
No. So here's the problem. Here's where it's getting broken down. What you intended to me, what you stated your intention, you want to get to point A to point B undetected.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. No. It's definitely scout, and here's why. Here's why. I'm sorry, but I get it now. Here's why. The problem, the problem is not. Okay, I was getting led on when you said I want to go to point A to point B. I was like starting there and then trying to like follow my path. But really, I should have started. I want to get to somewhere undetected. Is really what you wanted to start, and that's the problem. So it's actually scout. Okay, so yeah, it's scout. Go. I'm sorry. Got it now.
You know what? I'll make it confusing. I want to help with dungeoneering.
In what way? How?
No, I'm just
Okay.
I'll help a scout.
I don't think I can help at all.
Helping possible helps here could be hunter. I think would make sense.
Nope.
An applicable wise, of course, could work. But other than that, okay. Aaron,
Yeah,
you said you're
depends-
leading it, so you're rolling this.
Wait. Can I help with under tree wise?
No.
Is that's where we're going? No.
No.
All right.
This is about the kobold. This is about the kobolds.
Yeah.
So, this is going to be factors. This will probably be a. I don't think size of object matters, but location and then other factors matter. Location's roughly known. You're looking at a 5.
A what?
You're looking at
A 5?
a 5. Yeah.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna use my Lost in Thoughts trait against myself. Because
I'm sorry, you're exhausted, right? I was factoring in you're exhausted as well.
yeah.
Okay,
I'm
yeah. So
exhausted.
it should be a 4, but it's a 5 total. Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to make that clear. I
So,
realized I never said also you're exhausted. So yeah, that was factored in. It's a 4 test, 5 because you're exhausted.
Yeah, so I'm this being back here brings back memories of of being here with in under better circumstances. So I might not be able to pick up everything that I come across.
So
I
yeah.
also
By the way,
sorry.
just so you know, here can I give you an inventory list of why it's that?
Sure. Yeah.
So it starts at Ob 2. The location's roughly known. You don't have a torch. You're wearing a backpack. You're exhausted.
I'm not wearing a backpack.
You're not.
I'm wearing a satchel. No, I've
Okay,
had a
so it's-
satchel since,
okay, it's 4.
since we started.
Dude, I don't remember who has a backpack and who has a satchel. I'm sorry. Okay. That's Meppy. All right. That's 4. It's total
All
of 4.
4.
So okay, so
See, but that's why I wanted to
have-
ask and explain it, so you
Yeah.
can be like, hold on, that's not on the
Yeah,
bill.
exactly.
Get that shit off the
So
bill.
I have
I didn't order that.
I have -1 for my trait, and I have +1 for my grey mantle cloak. So yeah,
Wait, are you using your trait for yourself or against yourself?
against.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
There we go.
Yep. All right.
This one.
To get the old dagger.
Can I use my? Can I re-roll the fails using my? Of course, using my tracking wise.
Oh yeah.
Is-
Oh yeah,
Okay, this
totally.
better go well,
But
'cause we're still
that's a
hungry and
persona
thirsty.
though, right? You spend a
Yeah,
persona
yeah,
for the of
yeah.
course. But yeah, tracking. This is you're following. You're trying to avoid footprints and stuff like that. This is definitely tracking wise. Yeah, definitely.
So that's
The perils of doing this alone though.
What did I? How am I rolling to? Yeah. Okay. So.
Wait, you can't succeed this.
Yes, I can. I can spend persona, and I have a lot of persona still, and I can also spend a fate if I roll 6s.
You've got 2 dice. You want to like hope that 1 or 2
Yes.
of them are a 6. And
Yeah,
then-
but spending this stuff is
Yeah.
is good as well. So
all right,
I like the
well,
odds.
You can't get worse
Oh.
than fail.
well, it's 1 success.
There's your 6.
So then I can spend a fate.
Oh no,
No, you already did.
you shouldn't
No.
have.
Yes,
yeah,
you did. You put in the exclamation point.
Oh, sorry.
You open-ended it
Right.
already.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. So I did spend the fate. I spent the fate as well. accidentally.
Still.
Oh no, that's okay.
It's all right. You're getting closer to leveling up.
Yeah, exactly. Yay, I failed.
Okay,
Oh,
so
and actually, because
you
I
failed.
I finally level up Scout.
yay!
That's
Yeah, you should feel really good about that as you get caught in a trap by the kobolds, and now you're hanging upside down as 4 kobolds show up in this dark hallway. You know, it's very much one of those like manhole traps. You just like like a tiger or whatever just goes shoot and grabs you and brings you up to the ceiling, and now you're dangling upside down. You dropped whatever was in your hand. Your satchel probably comes off of you because you're hanging upside down. Your cloak's dangling upside down, but it's on you, probably covering your face. No, it's actually probably behind you. I don't know, but like you're upside down. You're dangling in the middle of a cold, dark cave, and you hear skittering and scampering of kobolds. You can't hear what they're saying because I don't think you know kobold because you're not kobold wise. But definitely everyone at home or in like little like brackets for the translations be like, a trap was sprung. There's a goblin. We must go. And move quickly. And you hear scamperings and yippering. It sounds like a poodle that's really excited. Multiple poodles. That's what kobolds sound like to me. Or poodles. They're basically like scaled poodles. Is what they are. Yeah, and they
like we're with Arundel.
No, he was scouting alone.
was the
was
op
helping him.
so high? Because
The
he was
ob would have been
thinking
even
along-
higher if you guys were all together.
But, I mean, like that. Okay. Seems like there was some wires crossed. That's all right.
Yeah. I mean,
you
can
can
I?
call out for help and you can hear it, right? And you'll.
Is like this trap? Like, how am I? What am I dangling from? Is this like a net, or is this rope, or?
Yeah, it's some kind of rope.
Can I? Yeah, my dagger was in my back. It wasn't
Time's an issue. You hear the thing. You hear people coming for you.
Yeah.
I think the rest of the group might have heard something get sprung, as well, because you're close enough.
So can I? Arrows? Would they have an arrowhead, or like?
Arrows have arrowheads.
Who has an arrowhead?
So I have my quiver on my belt. So what I want to do is grab an arrow and try and cut myself loose.
Let me roll real quick. A 1 means there's some arrows left that didn't hit the floor. Nope. Okay. They're like right out of reach. You got flipped over. You're basically your pockets and stuff just drop everything. Maybe if you I would say, okay, know what I would do? I would just make this more difficult. So I think maybe no, it sounds like a good idea. Like you okay, you have to like struggle and you reach and you grab one of your arrows. Like you're just barely able to grab it with your fingers, right? So like you all right, so you have your arrow. What do you want to do with it?
Cut.
Yeah, Skywalker. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, very much like Luke Skywalker, right? In Hoth.
Oh, right.
Like that's what. Think of a situation like that, right?
Yeah. So what I want to do is cut myself loose, like at my feet.
So you want to cut yourself out of some rope?
Yeah.
I need help. I need help suggesting what that is. Is that criminal escaping from bonds? Alex, you're muted.
Survivalist.
Yeah, it could be. I don't think it's survivalist so much as that's for fashioning things.
It might be criminal, like to escape from bonds.
Yeah, it's an Ob 1 criminal. Escape from bonds. It's actually Ob 2 because you're still in darkness.
My thought here is
and all your shit's on the ground.
Is this even a test? Like what's the danger? Like it seems with
the danger is the kobolds coming.
Right, like so it's a time factor.
Yeah, time is this
You've only
factor
got
right
a
now.
Small arrowhead, which is like a really
Yeah,
tiny
right.
arrowhead,
Like you see,
and the rope is thick.
yeah, like you see the scampering shadows in the darkness approaching you guys. You see the little spears like coming at you, and you're like frantically using this arrowhead on your foot right now.
Would
Right.
this not be a health test instead of anything else?
Um,
He's pulling himself up.
skill.
It's a real weird.
no, this is a
weird sort of
skill.
situation.
This is
It
a skill.
is?
But well, yeah, but I mean, if it's a skill, then it suggests that only a criminal, someone who has like criminal stuff, could actually do something like this.
That's not true. You can beginner's luck it,
Oh yeah, there's beginner's luck.
or you could just roll. Isn't it half the? Yeah, it's beginner's luck, or if it's in your nature.
no.
I mean,
No.
cutting rope could easily be a peasant thing as well.
Yeah, but it doesn't really
Which is
matter
why-
if it's
which is why I'd say it's just a health test. It's a physical thing. It's pulling yourself up and cutting
It
yourself
seems
loose.
like the
There's no
factor
skill
that's in
involved.
question here is just how quickly you can do something, not like
Yeah.
I think the key difference is
How
I could see criminal wise if you were bound and trying to sort of get out of that, but in this case you just literally
This is a trap, though. But this was a trap. It's designed
Yeah.
to keep you there. So
Correct.
I think it's
Uh,
criminal. This isn't
No,
like
it's
some
fine.
random. This isn't like your foot's caught in a vine. This is like designed to keep you up.
Okay, so can we say, like, I'm gonna fictionally position lawyer as much as I can. Can we say that Arundel cuts himself down, but he's still bound at the feet, and that's the criminal role or whatever?
or
Yeah. You know what? That
possibly
sounds good.
Hunter. He's used snares before. He knows snares. Hunting is all about snaring.
I can see that argument, but it's up to Eric.
No. Hunting is for setting traps. Escaping from bonds, and a trap is a bond. This was designed to trap you. This has to be criminal. But I like the idea that you cut off the part that holds you up, bracing for the fall, and you hit the ground. But you're like quickly shimmering, like shimmying the arrowhead at your feet where they're bound together, by this rope. So and you got to do this before the kobolds show up.
Yeah. But it's still criminal.
Yes.
Then.
Yep. And it's an up to
so-
criminal.
Yeah. Okay. So how does
Because
beginner's
you're doing
luck?
this in the dark as well. Beginner.
So how does
Okay. I think criminal is a health test, so you're gonna roll half of your ability, so half of health, op 2,
Okay.
and mark that you're learning criminal. By the way.
How do I do that?
I mean, whether you pass or fail. Oh, sorry.
No, it doesn't matter if you pass or fail.
Yeah, it's just checks.
Yep.
Ticks.
All right, like that. Okay. So
And once
health.
and then once you have enough ticks that equal the current max nature, or excuse me, the max nature, max current nature, not current max nature, max current nature, then you learn it.
Okay. So I have stat to roll health, right?
Mhm.
And then any help traits or modifiers is then minus half of my.
No.
No.
Just use the. Have you got the beginner's luck macro?
Oh yeah, I do actually.
That works.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm beginner's lucking something. So
Got it.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
criminal.
So fresh.
Any wises, help, supplies, gear. I've already used loner.
Hey, once you're down on the ground, don't you have access to your knife? Where is that?
It was. It's in my satchel.
Which is somewhere on the floor.
Okay.
But my sword is on the floor. But still, I mean,
Ooh,
there's
that's
no
a good
time.
point. That's a good point. This might be actually ob 3 because of the tools.
Not having appropriate tools. I'd argue that cutting rope, you can't go far wrong with a sword or a knife.
But he doesn't have a knife.
Yeah, but
It's in his satchel.
Okay,
I
but-
thought he's using an arrowhead.
okay, but then like if I'm on the floor, can I just grab my sword and?
Oh, yeah. You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. That's a good idea. You grab your sword.
Okay, so and I'm gonna use my. I'm gonna do this very quietly. So I'm gonna use my quiet trait to help me out. Okay, so blah blah blah. So input value, any wisest help supplies or gear is then just 1, right? Or does the sword also give me something?
No, the sword doesn't help you. It just gives you technically supplies for this.
Yeah.
Let's be able to do it at all.
Any
Yeah, let's do it.
bonuses?
No.
Or sorry, any penalties? Or
No.
whatever?
The obstacles
no.
already, the base obstacles too. I've already calculated it in the factors here.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Well, that's
you got
a
a
6.
6.
Beautiful.
So that's fate.
Oh, it's
Slash roll.
gonna be tense.
Thanks.
Come on.
Yeah. Oh, you do it just in time. Okay. So you do you have? I guess you don't really have time though to grab your belongings other than your sword at this moment. As you as kobold javelins start flying over your head as you scramble back to the group and you hear
That sounds like a failure to me, Eric. Like, not to be
Yeah.
super critical, but that would be a twist on a failure.
what's
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that. I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. Then you're able to quickly put up and bring everything you can into your bags as a javelin or two starts going over. You put everything. You grab your satchel and your bow and your quiver with its arrows, and you book it back over to the rest of the group. You hear the kobolds get into that room that you were in where it was trapped, and you know now there's definitely a bunch of kobolds in between you and the grove level that you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
We're once again in that glorious trap room.
Once again, glorious trap room.
Guys, kobolds. Guys,
Yeah,
kobolds, careful.
you come back panting, shut the
Guys,
door.
kobolds.
Kobolds. Nice.
Kobolds. Deckard, barricade door.
Are they chasing you?
I think there's probably a javelin. Was it? Sorry, you said a javelin. Was it did it hit me?
No,
right?
no. They were just ricocheting off the walls and stuff.
Yeah. Well, they. I don't know. Probably. There's. You can still see some piece of rope probably dangling somewhere from my leg.
Yeah.
There's one loop that was just a complete loop somehow. It's still
Yeah.
locked.
Yeah, still on your leg.
Yeah.
So, let me understand here. Are the kobolds right behind it, right outside the door? Or would Arundel have got a sense that they sort of were aggressive where their trap was, but they didn't chase it away?
No, they're gonna be hunting for you right now.
Right. So they have,
They haven't figured out where you are yet, but they're gonna quickly ascertain that probably.
Okay.
So a conflict's probably inevitable.
Okay.
Well, and one of the major issues we have is this is the thoroughfare to get to where we need to go.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, we're probably gonna start wrapping it up here. So I just need a direction of which way you guys are going.
Straight through them.
Yeah, my
Conflict is a
understanding
good
is
movement.
Grice consults his map for a moment and looks
Teleports.
carefully, is there... I've got the torch in one hand and the map in the other, and I'm hey, look. There's only this one exit out of the trap room. We have to go forwards. There's no two ways about it, right?
No, there's
Exactly.
2 ways through here. There's back into kobold headquarters.
Right, back or forwards.
Yeah. So you're sandwich. You're in a kobold sandwich, and you're the meat.
Just to check, though, I mean, we're
Sure.
hungry and thirsty, right? Or at least from running from the attacks, which means that I'm hungry and thirsty. I think Arendel's hungry and thirsty.
No, I'm exhausted.
The grind does kick in though. with the
Somebody
criminal
else-
test. That's the last.
We
That was the
did
last
get-
one. Manipulator, ritual, scout to criminal. So everybody gets hungry and thirsty.
That
We
fresh
did
was.
get,
was
we
good
did get,
till it-
we got more hungry and thirsty though. I got it by helping somebody, and I think it was near running away from the town.
It
So
was.
somebody-
It was running away from the town. So if you're hungry and thirsty, you just remain. No, the grind. It gives you the next one.
Become exhausted or whatever.
You become exhausted.
No, angry. You get angry.
Oh, is it angry?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's angry before exhausted, I think.
No, it's hungry and thirsty, exhausted, then angry.
There
Oh.
is no way, fictionally, that in the 3 days from running from town to here, I didn't drink water. I drank water. I did it. I knocked that off. So I've got hungry
Okay.
and thirsty again. Okay. Like,
Okay.
I didn't
That's
say
fair.
it, but
in that case, according to that same logic,
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, but mark off your ration or mark off your water skin.
Hmm.
Make sure
I
you.
duct tape fresh condition to myself, Eric. You don't know this, but I'm still fresh. You see, I can't get it off. It's stuck to me.
Screw you, Druid. You're no longer fresh.
I mean, I've got all like this is mint leaves. It's so fresh. It's like
fresh when you showed up.
You might look and smell fresh, but you're no longer getting that extra dye, my friend.
Okay.
And okay.
but then if we now do get angry and thirsty, that's a lot of negative disposition.
No, it doesn't stack. It doesn't stack that way.
Once. Just
Angry
one.
and thirsty. I'm gonna
Hangry
I'm
and
gonna
thirsty.
drink my water. I'm gonna drink some water. It's
Okay.
great.
Probably the best.
Yep. Clear that
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm doing that as well.
Now.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we'll probably have to end up calling it here. So let's do some experience. Let's look at everybody's beliefs, instincts, and goals, and see how far we got along with different people's. Want to start with you, Grice?
Yeah. Grice's belief was one may be fearless and focused, but only by working together do we become formidable. And in this session, he abandoned a party member. Like, he wanted to stick together, like to
Yeah.
not let go of that. I think this was a turning point, and it was hard for him.
Yeah. Do you think this is like a mold breaker kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm arguing for Persona for that.
Yeah,
believe.
I agree.
First time.
And you'll change it for next session.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm cool with that. Are we cool with that, guys? Are we
Yeah.
cool with
Yeah,
the way that belief
that's
played out? For sure. Yeah. We were crying about how, Grice was crying how we couldn't save him, and then you got angry over it afterwards. Yeah, definitely.
We doing beliefs, or should I just do belief, goal, instinct, and then?
Let's just finish out your character for everything.
All right. Cuttings be damned. I must see sunlight again before I perish.
Got
I
it.
did. Back in the dark now, though. And my instinct
Hasn't come up yet.
didn't use it this session.
Didn't use it this session.
Damn. Should have changed it.
Yeah, if your instinct doesn't come up in a session, it's probably was not a good instinct.
Yeah.
At least for that particular circumstance of a session. Okay.
When I wrote it, I thought that I would also use it for scrolls, and I forgot to use it in town, and we haven't camped other than that. So
Yeah. Okay. How about Descartes?
I think it's short. Nothing really got done and achieved here. I neither made my enemies pay, so the belief wasn't in there. The goal.
It made you pay.
You didn't do
there
anything
was
towards
no
Gilly.
Exactly. There was no baptizing Gilly's body in glorious blood or celebrating his death by sanctifying his body. So that didn't work out. Nor did I actually really help with my instinct.
Yeah. That's a bummer. How about Arendelle?
My belief was we cannot continue adventuring in this shape. We must get to safety before confronting Gilly's killers and rescuing other adventurers. Oh, I think we did that.
Yeah, you definitely worked towards that goal.
No, that was my belief. That was my belief.
Or excuse me, work towards. Yeah, that's you're in fate for it.
Yeah. My goal was Gilly is dead, Deckard is going mental or doing some weird dwarven grudgy shit thing. Anyway, I need to get Grice out alive.
Persona, you earned your goal.
So there's that one. And my instinct was basically finding provisions while camping. Well, we didn't camp.
Yeah, we haven't camped yet, so you didn't benefit from that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And now our new character, Malleus.
Yeah, I'm not sure I earned anything. So, believe those fools at the Enclave focus on the wrong thing. Religion, evangelist, gardeners, even those elvish and dwarven bastards have strayed from their true nature. Nothing beats the wet ground between your toes, rain on your chest, and good old-fashioned common sense to drive back this under-tree rot. Well, if
How did you not earn fate for that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the sacrifice, maybe.
Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
definitely. Absolutely your sacrifice, man.
Hey, yeah, okay. If that's what it feels like to you, then
We had
I'll
we
take
had
it.
like we had two checks on the grind or whatever for it.
Yeah.
And Deckard worked again. You like Deckard was working against you with that.
There's
Okay.
a whole interaction with Grice.
So-
and, for sure.
goal, definitely lots. I'll teach guys something about the world. Hasn't come up.
No, he didn't have a chance to mentor yet.
No, I didn't want to advance the grind anymore.
I mean, you showed something, Grice. You showed Grice something about the world that he did not know.
Yeah.
Didn't
So the
you
word-
define it as you mentoring though?
The exact
It's-
wording
I mean,
is
like,
these poor
your
fuckers still have
goal-
no idea what they've gotten
Your
themselves
goal doesn't
into.
say I must teach Grice like a move with Lawmaster. You know,
No.
like
So what did you teach? I can't. What did you?
Well, I think I showed him
The
that
value of
even though
sacrifice.
the value of sacrifice, and I think that there's multiple interpretations of what the world tree means and how you can deal with that sort of
yeah, like
stuff.
the fact that
That's-
you drew the world tree in blood, like there was a aha moment or whatever. Like wait a second, this isn't just some heathen. I've got some connection to this strange man.
maybe fate that you work towards it or something. Because you
Well,
defined it as mentoring. at
Yeah,
first.
I at
Maybe
first
you
I
earned
intent-
fate. Earn fate.
Yeah.
Right. Instinct didn't come up because I
Yeah.
didn't repair any.
Okay, so the last couple things are MVP, team worker, and embodiment. Grice earns embodiment.
Yeah, I think so.
Thank you.
It's pretty obvious. What about MVP?
Let's see, I'm scrolling through the rolls.
That's the easiest.
I mean, Malleus was technically the most successful, but he also didn't have to
I
roll
go-
as much.
I go by the maximum. If nothing jumps to mind, then nobody really was the MVP. If you can't immediately think, oh, that role.
Yeah, there was a,
MFP, most failing player.
yeah,
What
there
was
was
the major obstacle we faced this session? There was
Yeah.
stuff in town that doesn't feel significant enough.
resources. Yeah, was your resource
I
test?
don't think MVP.
That was about it.
resources.
Yeah,
Well, maybe-
the only other thing I can come up with is the manipulation and sacrifice, but that didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't really have an impact on.
Me too. Me too.
There
That's what I
wasn't-
was leaning towards.
There
so-
weren't stakes on that.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
My
Let's skip
thought is that Arundel escaping, like if he'd been captured,
Yeah.
that would have screwed us.
Actually, yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Beginner's luck criminal test for MVP.
No,
yeah, absolutely. On your own, without help.
Yeah, easy mode.
like that's the definition of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Wait, is Deckard? Are you still angry? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Team
Ooh,
Deckard's always angry.
that's
but,
important though, because when you're angry, you can't use wises or beneficial traits.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
There's a team worker still.
Oh yeah, it's still team worker. I don't know. Was it the resource test? Was it?
I'd
No.
say it's
For Deckard? No,
Descartes
wait.
used all
Nah,
Oh no, wait, he used your money. That wasn't actually a
Exactly.
help.
There's
not sure
there's
that would
no help. There's no sacrifice there.
No, I don't think anybody gets it.
Yeah.
Well,
That's-
Arendelle did the scouting. At least he tried.
That was you
wasn't
solo, though.
tremendously Successful.
Yeah, but okay, but I mean, it was for the team. But yeah,
Yeah. But it also wasn't
No.
successful.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I'm not-
guys. I don't think there
I'm not
wasn't.
seeing it.
I don't think there was much this time.
Let's just skip it.
Yeah, I think we'll skip it that time. All right. Well, then. Okay. Well, that's experience then. So we'll be back. I think we're ready for next week, right? There-
Yes.
Should be.
Okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay. Let's do some outros then. Let's start with.